Let's talk about leadership. Leadership is evolving beyond management. Do you understand what I'm talking about? In her new book, Lift, author Amy Summers. Hi, Amy. Nice to see you. We're talking about growing careers, fostering healthy work environments in your new book, but how we can implement it in our everyday lives. Amy Summers, when we come right back. Mentorship has become an essential leadership tool in evolving workplaces that we are in. Remote work pioneer and mentorship expert Amy Summers has built her career around empowering professionals through communication and career development. She's got a new book out. It's called Lift, 10 Mentorship Touchpoints to Empower Your Team and Accelerate Your Career. She shares a practical roadmap for leading with impact, and Amy's with us this morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
Well, 'tis the season to try to get a job, right? All these kids are coming out of college and want to find something out there.
It's tough. We've got a lot of talented students coming out of schools now, all these great schools. So a lot of the resumes look the same. So they're going to have to get creative, get more visibility.
How do you do that?
Yeah, it's tough right now because, you know, it used to be that maybe you submit your resume and you'd hear back in a couple of weeks. Well, students are telling me now that they hear back within 24 hours and they get rejected, which means the human's not even looking at it.
It's AI.
So they're having to get those keywords, and then the real smart ones are figuring out how to play the game. So I would just tell companies, you know, beware. You may just be hiring somebody that knows how to play the game and not really a good person that's a good fit for your team.
The other thing that I've heard is a lot of people, like, you know, are finding job opportunities on LinkedIn, but there may not be any job opportunities. It may just be a legal posting for 30 days, and they may already have somebody in mind. How do you decipher that?
Right, and it can be really discouraging too, because you see these on LinkedIn and you see like they've had 100 people apply and you think, oh, like I'll never make it. But I say use technology, leverage technology in another way for your advantage. So the good thing about LinkedIn is a lot of CEOs and founders, they're really active on LinkedIn these days. They didn't used to be several years ago. And so you can get noticed just by following them, commenting on their posts, sharing their posts. Hit them up in a DM and say, can I have 15 minutes with you? Even if there's not a job opening, you might be surprised. I
like your style, Amy. Okay, let's talk about mentorship, because a lot of these kids who are going back into the workplace, they're used to remote learning or whatever. They're part of the pandemic generation. And mentorship really helps when you're in the office.
Yes, we didn't have to think about it before. I call it mentorship by osmosis. It just kind of happened. You would, you know, watch your boss do certain things and you'd pick up things and say, well, I'm going to do that or I'm not going to do this. But we don't have that in remote environments. So leaders have to be super intentional about bringing people into spaces. I brought my intern with me today to your studio.
You did? That's great. See you in action.
Yeah, Maya's here today. I don't have to do much. She just has to come, and she's going to learn a lot just by being here. I don't even have to teach her.
So in the book, you talk about 10 mentorship touch points. Give us a few that we can, you know, generate and use as part of our everyday work environment.
Sure. So the touch points are just reminders on how to be human.
Oh, God.
So the book is
Do we really need that, Amy? I guess so, right? Let's hear a few.
And how to, like, be human every day. So touch point number 1 is a really good one in our conversation today because it's show up. So if you're hiring somebody, I say at some point in the hiring process, the leader, the manager, they should show up in that interview process. See who it is that you're hiring. See if there's a chemistry there, any connection. I once had an intern of mine get a job, you know, in the financial district, and she never saw her manager for 8 months.
What?
After working in the
possible?
office, in the same office, she finally met her manager after 8 months face to face. So you have to get that face time. You need to know who's working for you.
How do you encourage the mentorship?
You really need to think about how can I make this moment human. So technology is making everything easier, efficient, and more convenient. We have to push back on that. We have to say, okay, after this Zoom meeting and everybody zooms out, pick up the phone and call your team member and say, hey, how did you think that went? Because if we were in the office, there would be chit chat after a meeting. We wouldn't all just disappear, but on Zoom, you disappear. So make it intentional to have a phone call and say, how did you think that meeting went? Or did you see how I handled, you know, this question with this client?
You know, a lot of kids are worried that AI is going to take over their jobs. And I see that. A friend of mine, her kid was in technology, and he literally had opportunities every which way he turned. not so much now. So it is happening. How do you make yourself more important than that AI tool?
You have to learn how to use the AI, and you have to learn how to make it human. So AI is not human. So AI is spitting out stuff that makes things a lot faster and efficient, but it doesn't have that human touch to it. Only humans can do that. So if you're gonna have staying power, you need to not be afraid of it, and you need to know how to massage it and use it, push back on it, and leverage it, and that's gonna really make you valuable.
Well, it's all in the book. It's called Lift. Great ideas if you're in a power position and mentoring the other people in your office. And also, what do we look at? What was that little cartoon that we had there? Okay.
Oh, there's 28 comics in the book. So if you don't like to read, you can learn the leadership lessons from the Evolution Squad.
Okay,
yes.
I like that. There's a lot of ways that you can learn, and also how to pitch yourself and you know, get your foot in the door.
That's right.
Amy Summers, thank you so much. Lift is out right now.